There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Why did you erase the Bight of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? Nobody has a right to erase a name, Bight of Biafra, from the map. Put it back on the map. You have no right to put it back on the map.
Country people, as we prepare for the 2023 general election for inside Biafra land, I won't make you know say Bight of Biafra go return back to the world map. But how this one go take happen? It means say you and I will go put hand together, make we go Colombia our voters card, also known as PVC, for effective and peaceful governance for inside Biafra. This message now from Biafra de facto customary government.
United Nations, you gave us law of self-determination. We followed your principles in freedom fighting. But why does the life of a black man doesn't matter to you all? Biafrans are being massacred in large quantities. Instead of getting help from you people, you got us shooting.
It's the story of Biafrans who died on the road of freedom.
They were shot by the military. No one knew what it all began.
A painful history, living a life of misery.
United Nations, why did you let the children die? United Nations, why did you let the children cry? United Nations, why did you let the Biafrans fall? United Nations, why did you let the children fall? Did you let the children
You still refuse.
Did you let the children fall?
We are known for proof that these kids were starved to death. None of them were left. Together we stand against this ruthlessness.
You made us believe in you, you gave us your word, and now they are killing us and stealing our blood.
Pain, some misery. We've had enough. We've had enough. UN and the USA stand up for us. We've had enough.
We have been mourning our own in all the zones. Since the questions of those fake nations, we still haven't grown. We cannot stack in the tops. Back, yes. We need to go back to our home, yeah, our home.
What have we done? The place of missing humanity. What is a crime? The desolating our environment. Efforts are suffering every day. What more can we say if that's the price that we must pay? We must pay. And I'm so disappointed in USA, UN, and the government. That's why I say
United Nations, why did you let children die? United Nations, why did you let the children cry? United Nations, why did you let the Biafrans fall? United Nations. Did you let the children
you still refuse.
Did you let the children fall?
They are killing us every day. But the God we save our lives. And you will never care. You allow Biafra to go. Allow the blood of Abel crying in the wilderness. I had to shed blood of Biafra children. Crying loud.
We're peaceful people. When you see them, watch them kill on people. I got no much to say, but one thing I must say is stop the fight before world stats, world stats.
Give me my life back. I'm locked up in bitterness.
My eyes are swollen, but no one can see the tears in my eyes. My people
Yes, sir, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, people of conscience, wherever you are all over the world. As always, this is Radio Biafra Extra, streaming through Biafra Human Right and Freedom radio station, being anchored by Diokba Uchi Okafomefo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State, the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, the Biafran Human Right and Freedom Radio is the embodiment of pro-Biafran group who has come together to unanimously work simultaneously to ensure that the sovereign state of Biafra, the very project, is brought to a conclusive end. It is headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo, deputized by Sister Rita Ada Anebogo. You have Dr. Wokinkwo, you have Dr. Okado, you have Dr. Mazubidio Bienu, you have Egono, you have Uchina Sibu, you have other pro-Biafran group represented on this very platform. And I can tell you, it is a privilege that we are opportune to serve on this very issue of Biafra. I acknowledge all of you, men and women. My apology if I do not mention your name at this moment. And of course, under the umbrella of the de facto customary, the Biafra Nation Alliance, we are here to serve on the last defensive outpost for the people of Biafra. Our duties are numerous, and so we don't expect everyone to have overall compassing knowledge of what we represent. But believe me, we are not going anywhere till all we yearn for, all we have bled for, all we have longed for, is not just within our grasp, but is in our domain. I am George ONYIBE, and I hail from Agbo Anyoma province. At this very moment, it is important. We cannot afford to relent. Believe me, if it were left to the way we feel, we allow this fire to burn in our heart. If it is coming on the social media to make our position known to the world, if it is trying to be online, reminding our people of the precarious situation we have found ourselves, we cannot afford to give sleep to our eyes, nor are we willing to sleep under the same heaven with the people who have kept us here. And so it is going to be a form of insincerity on our part. It is going to project us before sincere Homo sapiens that we are just dishonest intellectual individual if we begin to change the narrative of our ordeal in the Nigerian state. But that having been said, we perfectly understand that our world are gradually changing. We live in the reality world and in the visual reality world. And whatever the case may be, we keep bringing this information to your doorstep until everyone get acquainted with it, get indoctrinated, and then we are good to go. This afternoon, we want to look at a subject I titled the de facto customary government of Biafra, in collaboration, of course, with the BNA, moving on to perfect this phase of the Biafran agitation project. This is a project, actually, but the de facto customary government and genuine pro-Biafran group under these auspices understand that it goes beyond what we are doing now. We need to move on to perfect this platform for Biafra agitation. The moral argument, like it has been said time without number, have been won. But to complete the Biafra restoration project, the political legal argument must also be won. And now let us get it very clearly. In the de facto customary government of Biafra, they perfectly understand that yes, the people of Biafra has won in terms of the moral argument. We have. Make no mistake about that. Forget about the activities you see going on at this moment. There are a lot of controversial issues which is not advisable or encouraging to begin to dabble into them. But believe me, the right time will prevail itself when this truth will be laid bare before every Biafran. So don't let yourself to be distracted. Don't let anybody to play on your Mendola or Blankata. Don't let anybody to mislead you. You are a free moral agent. One of the greatest gifts that God has given to man is the ability to choose. Ability to develop defense mechanism when necessary. And don't let anybody take it from you. It is part of the freedom we fight for. Today there are so much confusion, which is a deliberate initiation of certain group of individuals who has compromised the struggle already. Some of them want to put an end to Biafra agitation. They have been paid hugely, very beautiful amount of money. I'm not in the position to call name, but I tell you, before our time is up, all of them will be exposed. But of course, the mindset behind their action is very important. Forget about the activities going on. Different group, some trying to change the name of Biafra, some working hard to change the narrative, some are trying to claim supremacy. And if I look at these three issues at hand, why will you claim supremacy over me? Why would you do that? Many nations of the world has moved under this very idea, and war after war, most of them survive. Most of them are still struggling with it. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in equity. And when the issue of equity is mentioned, equity may be defined even as opposite justice. But just that equity is injustice that is exercised through the conscience. Now, listen to it again. I don't know how to rephrase it. Equity is a form of injustice that is introduced in the society, guided by conscience. You know, your conscience don't lie. Your conscience don't deceive you. So we talk about equity. Equity simply means I am taller than you and you are shorter. And so in the game of basket, it's almost impossible for a shorter person to be the captain in the basketball pitch. And so the one who is taller had more advantage. Equity say no. What you do now is this man is too tall and this man is too short. We all know, based on the nature of the game, the tall man has more advantage. Equity say this short man, give him artificial leg, make both of them equal by bending certain rules in order to make both of them work evenly on the same platform. And so when you review what I have just said, you will discover that the game of equity, it's almost unfair to nature, because equity say you are sick, and so the person that is not sick must be brought to your level, or your own level must be elevated to the person that is not sick, just for both of you to be equally treated. And so it is not easy anyway, but it is the best for humanity. And so there are people trying to take supremacy over you. They take off this gift of equity. They take off this gift of justice. And then there are people who, at the other hand, want to destroy the name of Biafra. But who are we? Who are we? The power of every living creature is tied to their name. Who are we? Why are we the only people in the world trying to read meaning into our name? And then if you want to change your name, don't you think there is need for every stakeholder to come together and decide? Don't you think there are issues to see? And sometimes we commit crime against our people when we take decision without proper consultation. And then yet there are some who are trying to change the narratives. They want you to believe that not until certain things are done, Biafra cannot come. But this is not the truth. God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. And it is impossible to sow rice and then expect to reap cocoyam. It is what we give into the struggle. It is our resoluteness. It is our sincerity. It is our humility. It is our humbling ourselves, pressing on the right target. That is what will give us Biafra. The de facto customary government understand perfectly well that yes, in this quest to restore Biafra, we are not talking or arguing with anybody regarding the issue of Biafra when it comes to the moral argument. There was a nation, ONYIBE, and despite there was a nation, the imperialists who came to Africa were specific about where they came to. They came to West Africa. They came to South Africa. They came to North Africa. It was not called Nigeria. They renamed it to suit their purpose, or maybe they adopted the original name. But who can tell? Our history having been destroyed, obliterated. We haven't been denied the true knowledge of our existence. But let us go from where we know, and then we are called Biafra. The very advert I played regarding PVC was the voice of Ben Bruce. He simply asked a question: why did you remove the map of Biafra? This is supposedly a Niger Delta Biafran. He's asking Nigeria, why do you, who gave you the right? Did you know how much Nigerian paid to keep that name out of existence and the knowledge of the people? And so when you come to change the narrative, you are telling us, oh, we are not Biafra. We, with all due respect, are bound to begin to think you are trying to conclude the agenda. That agenda to obliterate the name Biafra from the map. Why did Nigerians have to spend so much money to remove the name Biafra from the global map society? Why? Why? On whose consent? Where was this issue discussed? Ben Bruce is not an ignorant man like me. He's not an illiterate like me. A little bit polished, educated. Let's use maybe enlightened. He asked a simple question: why did you remove the map, the flag, the signboard, the placed map of Biafra? Why did you remove it from the map? Today people are proud to tell me about Bight of Benin and the rest of it. Why are we running away from this truth? I remind you again, the power of every living creature is tied to their name. And so, irrespective of the group you belong to, believe me here, let's say you have the right to do that. Talking about the issue of Biafra, the world knows we are Biafrans. The reason why they keep mute till this moment is best known to them. Or maybe we've not been able to hit the point. And certainly not yet. They know we are here. They witness the genocide in Biafran land. They say nothing. They constantly feel the wave of agitation coming from one end or the other. They know there is nothing any genuine Biafran will ask for in a time like this or time before now, which is not a yearning, a sincere groaning, crying and weeping. People so determined that they will sacrifice even their life to get out of Nigeria. These are misery you can't not explain. And so when our brothers and sisters are misbehaving, please, we understand what the point is. We cannot be comfortable here. But of course, we can't pretend as if all is well. But in our heart of heart, we know something is wrong. And so if we say it is our right to self-determination, yes, we will win the argument. Because even in the very floor of the United Nations, from their own law, from their own constitution, from their own charter, we will prove them wrong, that it is our right. And so even before the Nigerian constitution, it is enshrined there. It is our right to do what we are doing. But for those who believe in changing of narrative, you're going to criminalize everything we are doing or we have done. And so under a competent court jurisdiction, in the right setting, when we want to be sincere to one another, we have won the moral argument regarding the issue of Biafra. Politically, religiously, or otherwise. There are testaments, evidence abound that there is nothing any Biafran wants more than Biafra. But to complete this Biafra restoration project, the political legal argument must also be won. The political legal argument must also be won. And so we should ask ourselves, what are the moral arguments? What are the political arguments? When we talk about the political argument at this moment, We are talking about the level, the extent we have gone, trying to politicize the issue of Biafra, trying to politic the issue of Biafra. This very matter, how long have we gone? Most people don't have in-depth understanding of what it means. Believe me, most things within me resist the idea of getting involved in politics. But I allow the truth, allow superior argument to rule over emotion and sentiment. Because whether I like politics or I don't like politics, the way remains the way. And so, one way or the other, if we have been able to win this argument, issue of Biafra, through moral argument, we must win through political argument. We must. Like I was saying, that is the reason the Biafra de facto customary government are here. For instance, they have sent delegates across the globe to investigate in the issue regarding Biafra restoration project. There were times we placed pressure on the world. There were times we placed pressure on Nigeria. There were times the northern Nigeria has gone back to hold a meeting. And in that meeting, their last agreement was that if Nigeria must divide, they must loot everything lootable before they will divide Nigeria. And of course, they are carrying it out. And then it's going to be propaganda. Who told you? Were you there? Don't worry. Don't worry. It is evidence. It abounds. At that era, they sent men. They sent delegates. Come and find out what is really going on here. Do these people want Biafra? The delegates that were sent to Biafra land, one stopped in Anambra. No, they first went to Enugu, and then they returned back to Anambra State. And then from Anambra State, they went to Lagos State. From Lagos State, they were drinking wine all around. I don't blame them, because such gathering required drinking of wine, not kai kai. But they never came to any agitator. They never came to any neutral individual. They do not care for your opinion. Not that they underestimate you, not that they underwrite you. Because when it comes to politicking, you don't have a say. When it comes to democracy, some say democracy is a political system that creates room of indulgence for the rich to oppress the poor. You see, the definition is changing gradually. Because the really vocal definition is far different from its practical experience here on ground. Yes, they have the right, but they cannot come to us. Why did they not come to Niger Delta? South of Biafra land? Because this issue has been discussed already. And so maybe in Enugu, those are the corridor of power. They will say, hey, Biafra. What do you mean Biafra? Leave those people. You see, things are hard because of COVID-19. People are agitating. We understand, but do they know what is Biafra? Just give them money. All of them will change their language. Are you not seeing the evidence today? Then the delegates, you see, you don't mean it. He said, don't mind them. Biafra. Let's go and ask our brother. They came to Anambra, and in Anambra they heard the same thing. That's okay. Let's go back to embassy and conclude this discussion. You were never informed. Your consent, nobody know. Even though they kill 1 million of you, they tell those delegates that you are a criminal, just a hoodlum, taking them oromini, and that is the end of it. We have avoided politicians in time past getting involved in politics with genuine reason. First of all, we understand our destiny has been determined already by people we know nothing about, and by the same people who know nothing about us. This is just broken radio. We have to play over and over and over again. Even when we ask you to take PVC, we know the outcome. But believe me, the secret of the night is best known to the owl. We can't come out here and begin to see everything. Both those playing wayo, both those people doing it for the right purpose. Let me tell you, the secret of the night is best known to the owl. The truth regarding the issue of Biafra must be played to the gallery, and the people of Biafra eventually must be liberated. And so when you come to a certain group of people, you now talk about the issue of Biafra. Believe me, they have different opinion, different agenda. Some want us don't get involved in politics because politicians are our problem. They are our evil. They do this one just to make themselves rich, enrich themselves. That is all. But as far as the idea behind running away from politics is concerned, we still lose the argument. And now we don't have any choice. And now the only road that can lead us home, it is to get involved in politics. It is to get involved. Be real. Be real, not just on social media. We get involved in politics. We get involved in many areas. We get involved from local politics to international politics. We have men and women who are equal to this task. We understand the politics that were played in Abga, but Abga is still standing till this moment. But then let us make this mistake maybe 100 times and we will get it right. And that is why the de facto customary government of Biafra is encouraging every Biafran, from Igede to Iyala to Idoma to Igbo to Urobo to Ishekiri to Ijo, all of you Ogoni, every youth 18 years and above, go and get your PVC. We're not asking you vote for this political party. We're telling you this is your right and nobody have the right to disenfranchise you, and you should not be the one disenfranchising yourself. You have this PVC first. And maybe in the nearest future, the reasons arise why we will beckon on you, why will admonish you, plead you to vote a particular person. Maybe it will make sense then. But if we decide to go mute in a time like this, you are a moral human being. You know what is best for our people and for you. Make use of your PVC. Let it count. Because this is going to refer in so many issues that will be discussed about the Biafra Restoration Project in the nearest future. Don't let anybody deceive you about that. The people of Biafra must understand, in a time like this very life is changing. This life is changing. We must learn to adapt, developing defense mechanism to be able to checkmate every challenges that we are going to come across. Get your PVC. Get your PVC and get ready. This is our time to get involved in the politics. Time for protest is coming. Time for our political leader who understand is coming. And we can't even leave this stage of power, this very pavilion of authority, to be flooded with a few minority who decide the fate of over 200 million citizens. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. And so it is time for everybody to have their say in our say. We mean no harm. We believe in restructuring. We believe in constitutional amendment. We believe in constitutional review. We believe in devolution of power. We believe in the restoration of Biafra. We believe whatever that will enable us become the author of our destiny. Is this too much to ask for? And now the process has begun already. 2023, our life, our destiny for the next 8 years will be renegotiated without our input. Are you still willing to give up another 8 years? Another 8 years? Are you ready to sell your birthright another 8 years? My brother, go and get your PVC. I'm not a member of PDP. I'm not a member of IPOB. I'm not a member of what do you call it, APC. But it is obvious. I have dual citizen. I must make proper use of them. I am a Nigerian and I am a Biafran. By the edicts of the imperialist, I become a Nigerian. But by its original indigenous concept, I am a Biafra. And this is a right no one can take from me. The people of Biafra, we are trying to recongregate. We are trying to correct the errors of the past. We are trying to make sure that the name Biafra and the people of Biafra are not tagged as criminal, people who do not know what they want, insolent, and among others. We are human. Responsible, we are human. Disciplined, we are human. Polite, we are human. Who is just fighting for their right. I want to encourage you at this moment. you need to look for the de facto customary government to join. Be part of it. There is a reason the Biafra Nation Alliance exists. It is your home aside your home. And maybe in another broadcast, we will look into that issue. But now, every pro-Biafran group, it does not matter the ideology you defend. It does not matter who have insulted you or who you have insulted. One thing is clear now. It is obvious that insult is becoming very bitter for all of us. It's no longer palatable. I made a post this morning, a very amoebatic post, making caricature of certain individual. Ordinarily, they will jump in on like before and start yapping, insulting, abusing. But it shocks me, the first 10 commentators, maybe it's because of what I wrote there, they were not interested in insulting again. They simply were saying, they tire, why don't you go like this? My brother, this is not my life. This is not the way we were brought up. This is not what we were taught. We don't believe in this principle or ideas. This is not who we are. We are better than this, for God's sake. But my people, so many and somewhere along the line, somebody understand that nobody have the monopoly over these things. But then you must not forget that karma, the law of karma is in process. Nobody can stop it. Those of you who have killed in the name of Biafra, those of you who have soiled your hand in the name of Biafra, those of you who have betrayed comrade in the name of Biafra, those of you who have blackmailed among every other atrocity, karma is upon you, and there will be no hiding place for you. You have the time to make amends by apologizing sincerely, not dishonest apology. Apologize, come out clean, and believe me, it doesn't matter how many people that are against you. You will be fine. But in the absence of that, it's not going to end the way most of you think it will be. And now, I'm not your enemy, and I do not claim to be your friend. I just want all of us to deliver a nation we can be proud of, a nation our children can be proud of, and that is if indeed the genuine Biafra blood runs in you. It is time to begin this journey. It is time to savage our people. It is time to not talk about giving them human rights while we become the instrument that disunite them. These are just the message for this afternoon. Our lines are open, which remains the direct line is 081-221-52971, 081-221-52971, and then the WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642. That's the WhatsApp line. If you do not have access to these lines, you could not access them, you have access to my social media platform, please be free to call in through this line and make your contribution. And of course, the lines are open. I will have to go back to Facebook and look at some of the comments, and maybe I can talk sense or answer to some of the questions that are on the platform there. Do not forget the Biafran Human Rights and Freedom Radio. We are on FM 100.5. Some areas in River State, Ubiakbo and Ikuriri local government, some area. And then in Anambra, within the Obaru, within the Mbo territory Aziz, you can get Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station on 100.5. We are on Simple Radio, we are on app, yes, we are on satellite, and of course, efforts are being made to make sure that this very satellite goes across every nook and cranny of Biafra land, because our people have the right to have genuine information, not propaganda. Every community must get ready, every individual must get ready to defend their community. This very world, as you know today, is changing. The lines are open, and I will be back.
Criminals living in jungle, they are feeding up with the bread of sorrow. Criminals living in jungle, they are feeding up with the bread of slavery. They may fool my people for some time, they can fool all my people all the time.
Yes, of course, that is the truth. They may fool some people sometime, but they cannot fool the people all the time. Yes, there is somebody on Facebook. He said, please, how can I see you in PH, sir? Ugo Mbakwe, brother Ugo Mbakwe. You can see me in Urugudu or Delta State, or you can see me in Port Harcourt. You can drop your information on the studio line and I will get back to you. You can drop your line and I will get back to you. Go back to the Facebook page here. You will see the studio line, either the WhatsApp line or the direct line. Drop your message there and we will pick it up from there. We are actually here for the interest of our people. Nothing more, nothing less. Here's a caller on the line. Are you there? Caller on the line. Just a minute. Caller on the line. So sorry I missed that call, but still check if you can call back. It is time. And then you have, of course, the same Ugumba Kwesi. Please continue to expose Nanda Kano and IPOB bingo. And of course, until the evil stop, we are not retreating and we are not surrendering. We will continue to make them see they have destroyed everything about Biafra. That is the truth. And it will be an out of insincerity on our own part if we pretend that what we are saying is not no. Caller on the line, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon from here. This is Radio Biafra Extra. How can I help you? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to.
Yes, you are on to George ONYIBE. Go ahead, please.
Okay. My brother, thank you for the good work you are doing. Thank you for the good work you are doing. I really appreciate what you are doing.
Thank you very much.
I sincerely appreciate what you are doing. I'm the one that tests you. You have been listening to your program for the past 3 years now. No, 2 years. Let me say 2 years. Oh no. Last year, since you disengaged yourself from Nnamdi Kanu.
I was actually expelled. I was actually expelled for saying the truth. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I want to be part of you. I want to be part of you personally. I stay in Element. I stay in Port Harcourt, Element precisely. So I would like to meet you one-on-one.
It
so
will be my
that I will call you
privilege.
after the program.
Yes, it will be my privilege to give you that privilege. Just send me a message on this very line you have called. I will get back to you.
Okay, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You and the Jelly people are doing a good job.
God is faithful. Thank you very much. Of course, the lines are open. You are free to call in and make your comment. Those of us who believe that insulting, blackmailing will give you Biafra, please, this is the time to do it. You will not be restricted. You will not be cautioned. But understand, if the Biafra we are looking for is not the Biafra that can make our children walk in the street across the global community, lifting up their heads because they know the sons and daughters of who they are. And then honestly, I can tell you there is no need for us to continue. There is no need for us to continue. This is Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Of course, our mission is simple. The task must be completed. It must be accomplished. And irrespective of how much damage that has been done to the struggle, I keep telling our people, we are on a rescue mission. Those of us who like that idea of maybe insulting people on social media, please, the platform is open for all of us. The lines are still open. You are encouraged to call in and air your view. Express yourself. Because any moment from now, I will be rounding up on this segment. We are not here to undermine the people of Nigeria. No. Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Agitation. I'm calling from Port.
You're welcome, my brother. Good afternoon from here. Go ahead, please.
God bless you for what you are doing. But I just want to complain, or I don't know whether you people are noticing. The radio Biafra sometimes is not talking the FM.
It is not in every area now, but they are working on it.
But even here, I'm always listening to you. But
where is exactly your location now?
Yes, I'm on. My own location is Garrison Unabali.
Okay, I will find out what is really long. How long have you not been hearing it?
About 4 days now. I'm not hearing
4 days now. I will find out what the problem is.
I bet. Because this is helping a lot.
I will find out what the problem is.
I just put my Facebook phone and say you are people online.
Thank you.
So I say I'm to talk.
Thank you for the update. We will surely do something about it. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it.
I beg, because the thing is helping a lot.
It's okay.
All right, sir.
Yeah, thank you for calling. And of course,
thank you.
Yes, the people of Biafra are more than what we have been projected to be. We are polite people. We are respectful people. We are people that know what we want and we go for what we want. But of course, it is very easy to compromise with the kind of economic hardship labeled on the people, with a kind of deliberate subjugation among all the evils and devices. And so we seem to be losing our mind in all of this. We cannot afford to let that happen. Do not forget our message this evening coming from the de facto customary government is simple. Yes, perfectly or well said, we can win the argument when it comes to debating about the issue. The moral argument, we have won that hands down. Nobody in his right senses will challenge us then. But when you come to the issue of political argument, my brother, we are lost in the pages. We barely exist. We are nowhere to be found. And if the politicians can have such great influence on the restoration of Biafra, and we tag them as our enemy, and then they will use the power and everything at their disposal to make sure that this Biafra issue does not go beyond social media platform. And of course, they are carrying out this threat very well. It is easy for me to come out here now and say, I will kill you, Wike, Ukowa, Governor Ukowa, Your Excellency, I will kill you, I will cut off your head, Ubiano, if I catch you, I will remove your teeth, David Umahi, just wait for me, I'm coming for all of you. It is easy to say that, but believe me, it's just like some people. They will tell you, if we catch you, when Biafra come, we will kill you. You will not enter Biafra. And if I were to be ignorant man, I will want the Biafra that will kill me to be restored. Let's tell ourselves the truth. And so most governors who are not part of the criminal, influential to this Biafra restoration project will make sure Biafra don't come. Because to them, Biafra definition mean the untimely death of them, their family, and probably their generation. But people like us, having been exposed to every form of heat and pressure with an in-depth knowledge of what this agitation is all about, believe me, whatever it is that we will do to make sure Biafra is restored, we are not going anywhere. And that is why we are Biafra watchmen, among others. The lines are still open. Let's not deceive ourselves. Most of these politicians today are privileged to be in those offices. They were not all demons. They were not all criminals. They were not all evil men and women until somebody called them such name. They are not angels, and we cannot stand here to exonerate ourselves when we have not even been exposed to the amount of money these people are exposed to or have access to. There are a lot of people I know who are very poor. The moment they see 10 kubo, their life will change and never remain the same again. Our brother we did monthly contribution and give to. When he saw the size of money in his control, he became God. Imagine if he was a president or a governor of a state in Biafra land. He will sell all of them. And And so not until you get to that corridor of power, it is not proper for you to get to such extent. Actually, there was a genuine reason behind everything we did in the past. But when it is time to put the record straight, and some people say, no. If we put the record straight, we're going to lose a lot of influence. We may lose a lot of personality. We may lose a lot of contribution. And then we must continue on this path. But if we continue on that path, it's not going to last very long. Because the panfinders will not settle for less. The gatekeeper will not compromise. The seers will stand put. And you see, you have so much enemies to fight which you are not ready for. People of Biafra, go and get your PVC. This is the time for us to get involved in politics. This is the time for us to bring every arsenal at our disposal into this very front line of this agitation battle. This is the time for you to play your role. You are encouraged to be part of this move. You will need Biafra to save your next generation. You will need Biafra to give you the life you long for. You need this Biafra more than anything, more than you can imagine. The lines are still open in case you are joining us. Be free to call in and make your contribution. Of course, in few moments from now, we will be rounding up. Of course, by 8 p.m. this very day, the 3/2/2022, we will still be here. And that having been said, I want to appreciate those of you who were able to call in to make your positive contribution. All of you, I thank you very much. Our brother on Facebook, Mazi Ugu Mbakwe, God bless you too. And God save you and your family. God bless you. And of course, my brother on Facebook, Mazi Ihanacho Wiki, your profile picture says everything about you. I acknowledge you, but you are on the wrong path. I have fought to defend your leader more than you. You are nobody. As far as the very platform you represent gangs of criminals, you are nobody. Mazi Ihanacho Nweke. The reason I'm saying is I, George ONYIBE, if I say I am the longest serving principal officer sometime in IPOB, I'm not talking about the length, because after all, I joined in 2014, late 2013. And within 1 year of joining IPOB, I handled numerous positions without knowing any of the pioneers, without bribing, without blackmailing my brother to get anywhere. I never. First of all, I was the coordinator of Atali, Port Harcourt, Unit 1. I started by being a deputy zonal coordinator, Rumukurushi. And at the same time, I was the unit coordinator of Atali Unit 1. At that same time, I was the deputy state coordinator of River State. At the same time, I was the Area 1 local government coordinator. At that same time, I was the deputy to Chidebere Onwudiwe Biafra land, later on promoted to the Biafra national coordinator. I was the Nigerian national coordinator in charge of the East, Biafra land, in charge of the North, in charge of the West. At that same time, I was the African rep. At the same time, I was a member of DOS, among other portfolios. At the same time, nobody, I bet you nobody in IPOB has handled such responsibility as I have. And if for any reason we stood up and say this is wrong, and you that is just strolling by, they give you a recharge card, you come and insult me. It is ignorant, but understand that God may overlook in the days of ignorance. If you know the truth, you continue on this path. Be rest assured that the blood of those who have been slain for this journey will judge you. On this segment, it is my intention to be as principled as I can. I know my life and it can't be controlled by anyone. You just look at yourself. You are Nnamdi Kanu follower. You are supposed to be on one of Nnamdi Kanu platform and then brainwash our people or maybe deceive them. But you are assigned to come here and say, those idiots still online yapping. Where exactly is the idiot? Your leader will collect money from Nigeria. He will come and use politics to destroy us. Now we are the politics now. You see, of course, you are not my discussion this evening. And then there is another one, Casimir Chibozo. He said, go and get job, useless set of people. It's not specific, but we do have a job. We are at the stage in life where we provide job for people. We are not looking for employment. One of the things my father taught me is be a job provider. He discouraged me from going about looking for job. He said, create a job and let people look for you. It's not been very easy, but I tell you, I thank God I did. And I'm encouraging my children to be there. You don't graduate from school and begin to wait for one company to employ you or the other. Of course, if you are blessed by being employed by SPDC, Saipem, Chevron, Eni, Enzomobi, or any of these companies that pays well, I encourage you to join them. But in the absence of that, you should focus on how to give people jobs. So we are maker of job. We are not lookers of job. Okay? And there are very few of them. No, I can't see much of these people. I know their numbers are dwindling. But notwithstanding, the people of Biafra, we are going home and we cannot entertain any form of distraction for so long. I encourage you, look for the de facto customary government. Look for means to join them. We have a job to do. We have a job to do. Don't forget that. And so, like I was saying on this closing remark, those of you who were able to call in to make your contribution, you're highly appreciated. Thank you very much. And those of you who made sure this platform is up and running, Dr. Mukenkwo, Okomokom, Hamburg Man, members of the Biafra Nation Alliance, administrators around the world, our media representative, you're all doing well, I must tell you. Board of Trustees, of course, our director, Uchi Ukafomefo. I remain George ONYIBE as I sign off from here. Be good. Be good. We will surely get home. We will surely get home. And don't let anybody deceive you about that. Some will tell you from behind and say, don't mind them. Shebi, we told you. Look at them. They have joined politics now. I think we told you. Don't listen to them. Because those are the people who go behind to collect money from government and make you not to go there. Because without getting involved in politics, we are not going anywhere.
The land of rising sun, where milk and honey of glory.
Why did you erase the bite of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? Nobody has a right to erase a name, bite of Biafra from the map, put it back on the map. You have no right to put it back on the map.
Country people, as we dey prepare for the 2023 general election for inside Biafra land, I won't make you know say bite of Biafra go return back to the world map. But how this one go take happen? It means say you and I will go put hand together, make we go Colombia our voters card, also known as PVC, for effective and peaceful governance for inside Biafra. This message now from Biafra de facto customary government.
Yes, of course, on this note, I say goodbye for now. See you in the evening, 8 p.m.
Ooh, yeah. Biafra is the land of the rising sun. Is the beginning and the ending. I can see it here. I can see it shining. I can see it rising, shining all the whole world. Wherever you are, wherever you from, you must to stand and fight for freedom. Wherever you are, whatever you do, we must to stand and fight for Biafra. Blimba brasme, blimba brasme, blimba brasme. Apo wapa Biafra join it. Ina maybe mata wanengba. Biafra mete Biafra ni smeka barba ngar paria Biafra ni kalabari but bilu tu wanengba apa mete di pakaguti. Buta wai na so te wana so na join it. Biafra me big man isuda. Ate mate bianga kombare. Akwa ibo mi songo. Ibi songo. Anama Anami como Pop yo kwaibo Pop Biafra yidi ko pomi Idem pom biri idem pom monu ne unere pom Pop kupe muso ubok Keni wong idio Idi dia rubok ida So referendum ayadi Keni vote for Biafra Kenya I have been fun po Nigeria and I'm dying. So we get it. I don't know what you put him. Yagadim, Yaganem. Pay him for
Urubuado, Ijo Wado, Equani Wado, and baby, Rockana. We get a value chacanole, a value chacanoka, I've been in my valley school. I'm Miru, Fikide, Nigeriana, or Rocano. Okay, so what you have been Malio, really about Mutia, if we learn a bravo, really about one, really I can't wear my man, your off lay. Group of people, what you want for, really, I'm worried. Okay, when I don't know when I so big papa, like I say, papa, my Musa, a school, university, polytechnic. Akeka kawale fikide ukabi no nyanya na rokano ikweri abusa ali ye kwa yopi yawale we oye bifwe wi izo bi kwa sa ama ule mpofu uji la yuke mpofu awa nwole akasa nwole shewa ka no boy na beri e ti boy esti over fly ko memu over o kamle biko iwole me we biko uji be mpofu mudia egwo ofu asa nwenna akasa nwo aka be mrene mabemu ofuemu ogene fo kawale mo tawai na moto lutori yaga moto ajerio man wado urubu wado mi yorogwa they say pikin we say mama no sleep himself sleep no dey for am o our people we be Delta people, Igala people, Ishakiri people, Ika people, Igala people, Igbo people. We don't reach time where we will stand up, go fight for waiting God don't give us it. Because where these people don't turn out, it be like say they want turn our blessing to cause so. May I wake up, if you dey for sleep, may you wake up. The way we have Hausa Fulani now, herdsmen everywhere, they just they kill, they rampage people, they collect people life. My brother, not be so we be used planner before. So make una wake up, make una know what I go do. You understand? May we fight for Biafra with one mind. Because now be our last hope. You understand? If we let them continue this kind of way that they do, you will see and say, all of us, one day, we wake up, everybody don't work out. If he never touch you, they never kill your brother, you don't go know the pain. But when I kill your brother, you see and say the thing get as it be.
Obolitigi so iya. Ebe maikizi, mbito eniena amao. So organizing give ibe ime enamezi igoe ebi Biafra. ke Biafra ikaro mgbo igbo gale ido mgbo ọtụtụ ene ọmọghị ba isa esu isa israezi iba isa esu isa israezi ena ido waji ibe me Biafra inu isazi isa hame ufiale ena mezi go bi Biafra ena so kanana isi ena
Banamwa ojinda banuna lendanda ko uwe Alabanu akilo Biafra maye balo sato e basa be Biafra e ko Biafra manane we abane we bobo ne we gogo ne aga me ado amanya wa mama basa le pointen ye bie balo sa fe Biafra ke a Biafra amanya wa mama manale bezine e be bobo ne ye le balo sa be Biafra ye le bawane because can be do amanya wa manazine ko na liya Biafra eleke Biafra de ye le balo e be Biafra ye wa yone mbara bi so nkwa we we sweet ndra ko do wa ne dan baduna ne na ko do wa elo ale ji ina ko do be uya I can see the balo e be Biafra sawan ndalo
all the over wherever you are. Wherever you from, you must do stand and fight for freedom. Wherever you are, whatever you do, we must do stand and fight for.
There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.